Good evening, fellow Plexers. This video goes out to Drew with a question he's posted in Plexaholics. He's making his own categories, and I'm making one of alternative Christmas movies. What are movies that take place during Christmas, but that isn't their theme, like Die Hard, except that it is totally a Christmas movie? Any good horror or action? Well, Drew, let's go to my movie library and click on the Categories tab. Now, you cannot create your own category in Plex. At least you can't do it yet. So there's no way to do what you want to do. But Plex has 3 different collection options, and I have a lot of collections in my library. So first off, let's talk about the automatic TMDB collection. And at the end, I will show you all my Christmas collections and take a slow scroll through the movies that are in it. So let me just pick something off the top of my head. A famous trilogy. So searching for Back to the Future, you see that I have movies with 26 possible matches, and there's one collection here. I can click directly in that, and if we scroll down, we'll see the 3 movies that are part of the collection. If I started with any of the individual movies and then scrolled down, I'd see View the Collection, and I'm back here. Plex can automatically create these collections for you from anything that's listed at TMDB. So let's show you how to do that. In your movie library, you want to edit it. And I can edit it through these 3 dots or these 3 dots here. Manage Library, Edit. Under the Advanced Settings, you scroll down and you can set your minimum automatic collection size. By default, it's set to disabled. I like to set mine to 2 for any movie library I create. By doing that, Plex won't automatically create the collection until you have at least 2 movies from the TMDB collection. Say you add Back to the Future and you have that feature set for 1, you'll end up with a single movie collection. I'd rather not see the collection created until you have 2 of the movies. And if you're ever not sure how many movies there are, you can come to TMDB and look it up to see what's in the collection. And it will even show you a future movie if it's due to be released soon. That'll be part of the collection. So all you have to do is set it to this, and even if you've got thousands of movies in your library, just set it to that. And then from the same area here, click those 3 dots, Manage Libraries, and refresh all your metadata. And during that process, these automatic collections will be created. And if I go to the B's, we'll see Back to the Future, and if I edit that, these TMDB collections are going to automatically include choices of posters. And one will just be selected by default. And they'll also have backgrounds. So it's really a nice feature. So that's a TMDB created collection. Now, I have a smart collection here, and they're really fun. And you know it's a smart collection because of the gear. And I've created this. So if I go in to edit the filter, you'll see that I'm sorting my movies by release date, and then I added a qualifier that the actor has to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now, if I wanted to show this collection from his oldest movies to his newest ones, I could reverse the sort by clicking on it again, and you'll see that arrow is up now. So now I have the first movie he was in from 1973, and the latest movies are on the bottom. Now you see 2 total recalls. Because I have a Plex pass, I can use the edition tag naming in the file to have the remastered version pop in automatically and not as a duplicate of the one movie. So I could also change the sort by rating. Let's say audience rating. And you'll see Terminator 2 has a 95% rating. And if we slide down, Batman and Robin has a 16% rating. And you can add more qualifiers than just one. I could hit the, well, let me do this. Let me do it by year again. So the newest is on top, and I could add a new qualifier and have it be, let's see, genre. I could only have action movies that he's in, and now you see the total number of movies drops down to 25. So I could get rid of that, and now it goes back up to 34. So any changes you make, you just hit Update Collection. And when you create it, let's create one from scratch. Let's create a duplicate Arnold Schwarzenegger Smart Collection. Right here, these lines with a plus, if I click that, I can create a Smart Collection, and then I will change the first sort to artist or actor, and there's different qualifiers, is or is not, which means I could sort out an actor if I didn't want to see him when I was sorting for other criteria. So I'll just start typing Arnold and pick Schwarzenegger, and here's the 34 movies. Right now, by default, they're sorted by title. If I wanted to reverse that sort, I click on it again so the arrow's down, and another time to change it back to alphabetical. So I could do year, or I could do it by release date, which will change the order because now it's by the actual date. If you do it just by date or by year, now anything from 2017 is now sorted alphabetically. 2015 is sorted alphabetically no matter when it came out in that year. So I'd rather just actually do it by release date. Then you hit Save As, and you type in Arnold Schwarzenegger or whatever you want to call the collection. So that's a smart collection. Let's show you a manual collection. So from the library mode, let's add these top movies to a collection. The first movie, you touch the circle there, and then any other poster, if you click it anywhere, it'll add a check mark to it. So once you get a bunch of movies selected, and you'll see it says 8 selected here, you can do a master edit to all of them, and you click tags, and let me call this hashtag test collection. The next step is clicking where it says add hashtag text collection, and when I save changes, I can go to my collection tab, and up near the top you see that test collection. Now you do have to assign your own custom artwork. You can create it yourself with a program like GIMP under Linux. You can check the poster database to see if there's a poster there that matches, and you simply upload your own poster and background. Until you do, it'll take 4 of the movies and place them like this to create a poster. And if you don't like it, the 3 dots here allow you to delete it. So we've shown the TMDB collections, we've shown the smart collections, and a manual one. Before I show you my Christmas collections, let me show you another trick. When I go home and slide down, I have this collection pushed to home for myself and my friends and family. Then I show recently released movies, recently added. This is Plex's holiday push, which is comprised of movies on my own server. And now I push my default Christmas collection. This is a regular manual collection. Then I push a Christmas animated collection. This is a smart collection. And then I push another smart collection called Christmas Countdown for all the Hallmarky TV type Christmas movies. And then I go to my TV library section. So let's go back to the movie library and let's just pick, let's pick A24. If I want to push that to home, I can select the three dots in the lower right hand corner, and this is a Plex Pass feature, this pushing the collections to home. Without a Plex Pass, you won't see visible on. And you really only need to select one of these. I'm going to select library just because it's at the top. Then I go to my server settings and I drop down to manage libraries. And then if I hover my mouse over my movie library and slide over and click manage recommendations, the A24 Studio is at the bottom, and now I can select it for home and my friend's home, and I can drag it up to position it where I want it. So this would be at the top now. Well, let me get it up here. All right, now it's at the top. So this X will take it off from the home. And there is no save changes at this stage of the game. So if I go back to home, you won't see it because I got rid of it. Okay, so let's start with my Christmas collections to show you what's in them. I really have too many collections, and I use an NVIDIA Shield. I have 3 of them in the house and one ONN Google TV device from Walmart, the $19 one. It's a pretty slick, inexpensive device that's down in the basement. A while back, maybe a year and a half ago, maybe longer, the Android client app, Android TV and Android client, lost this alphabetical key when you were in collection mode. And it really makes a difference when you have too many collections. I have too many collections, and now it's pretty useless to my users, because if they were going to look for a collection that started with a T, instead of slowly scrolling with their TV client app, they could just go to the T's and then scroll more easily. So I wish Plex would bring that back. All right, back to the Christmas collections. So my first one is a manual, just general collection, and there's 138 items in it. And this poster came from the poster database. They have a lot of Christmas collection posters.
You have a new flash mail.
Now, a limitation of a manual collection is that you have 2 sort options. So if we go into Edit and I go to Advanced, I can sort either by release date or alphabetical. Custom allows you to rearrange them yourself, and that's kind of a chore. So I'd rather not have them alphabetical. I'd rather have them by release date. If I had my wish, it would be in reverse order for release date, so that the newer ones were on top. Now, you see these two. Any manual collection that you name the same across different library types will pop up at the bottom. So this is a movie Christmas collection in my stand-up comedy library, which is really just a movie library. And these are some albums in my Christmas collection from my music library. If I had a Christmas collection in the TV show library, that would show too. So if you're in my stand-up library, well, let's just do that, wherever it happens to be. We'll go to the collection tab, and I only have the one movie in it, so it's showing the poster from that movie, or one media. Let's wait for the spinning to stop. Now it's cross-referencing with my main Christmas collection from my main movie library and the music library. So my collections aren't really finished in my music library. I've been neglecting that. And I have multiple Christmas music collections for some reason. Well, I'm not crossing with that one. And I don't think things always cross with a smart collection versus a manual one. Well, so that'll have to remain a mystery, why the music popped in there. All right, so back to the Christmas collection. So this is a manual one, and I'll just slowly scroll through it, and you can pause if you're interested in some of the movies. And I use the edition tag naming. I have maybe 10 or 12 movies on my server where I have the colorized version and the original black and white. So what I did is I grabbed the same poster from the poster database, and then I loaded GIMP up and just added a colorized tag to that, so it just stands out. And this might not be a perfect collection. Maybe you'd move some of these movies to a different Christmas collection. This is probably one of my oldest collections, and I don't know if I've ever been back in too often from a point of view where I wanted to critique it. Okay, so that's a manual collection. And then I made this poster myself. I can't think of the site on the internet now, but there's a site where you can go and add a graphic to some predefined templates like this template where you just put your own words in and you throw a picture in there. So I think that's from something bang bang. That's a scene from the movie. And this is another manual collection. And like you would have had to watch The Apartment to know that part of it's set during Christmas. The old Jack Lemmon and Shirley MacLaine movie. Trading Places, that's a great movie for a Christmas or a Christmas adjacent library or collection. Die Hard is not a Christmas movie to me. I put it in Christmas adjacent, and that's blasphemy. And Home Alone, some people would consider that a Christmas movie. It goes in my Christmas adjacent library. You've Got Mail, I consider that Christmas adjacent. Love Actually, Bad Santa. So this is my smaller one. And then this is a smart collection. You see the gear here? '74 movies in this. Now some of these movies are also in another Christmas collection. So let's edit that so you can see how I made it. Just two qualifiers. I'm sorting by release date. I have two title sorts. And, well, actually I have more than that. So I started the sort for the genre as animation. And then any animated movie that was a Christmas movie or contains the title Christmas. And then to bring other content in, I added Rudolph, Cricket, Drummer, Frosty Santa, Stingiest, Frost, Holiday, Shrek the Halls, Mary, Velveteen Rabbit, and Naughty List. Okay, so what's our next Christmas collection? This is one created by TMDB, the Christmas Chronicles. That was created automatically because of my library settings. This is my most ambitious collection. So let's slowly roll through it. And actually, I don't have to slowly roll through it. It's all just the Hallmarky type Christmas movies. I'm sure there's a master list out there someplace. And the nice thing about a smart collection is you can sort from most recent to oldest. So this took not a lot of work, but I've invested time in this. Every time a movie needed to be in the collection but wouldn't add automatically, I would add a new qualifier. So to start off, I created two genres for is and is not. It must be a TV movie and it must not be animation. That keeps the kids' content out of this. And my first qualifier was the title must contain Christmas. And that didn't capture enough movies, so then I added holiday. And then I knew I had a movie that had the words baby it's cold in it, so I added that. So then I added anything with snow in it. Bell rings. And I kind of watched the collection. If it grew by 5 movies, I tried to find those 5. This is when it was all brand new. Because maybe there was a snow day movie that shouldn't be in here, but it wouldn't anyway unless it was a TV movie. So it really kind of works. Bell ring, 5 more minutes, and anything that pulled in a movie I needed to pull in, I would add. So I was careful. If I had one movie that I wanted to pull in, like the last one with the word gift, I took note of this. If it was 429 and I had one movie that needed to be pulled in, I wanted to make sure gift only changed the count to 430 and not 435, because maybe there were other TV movies that had the word gift in them. But I'm not big on TV movies unless it was a movie on HBO or something like that. So most of my TV movies, the majority of them, 80% of them, are these Christmas movies. And again, you can sort it any way you want. I sort it by release date, and that way when you edit it, you can actually find a movie pretty quick if you know when it was released. All right, let's go back to collections. And the next one is Christmas Horror, and this is just a plain manual collection. And again, I wish I could sort it with the newest on top, and I chose to sort this movie alphabetically. So these were all just manual adds. So if I added a new movie to my server, I would just put it into the Christmas Horror collection. And you do that just by editing it, going to the tags, clicking here, and you start typing the collection you want to add it to, and down below you'll see anything with CHR. So it kind of works easy to manually add something, not annually mad something. So let's scroll through this easy and slow. I don't know. So this is the Plex Player app for Linux, and it's not behaving well today. I should have used the web app. And you may have noticed Violent Night is in Christmas Adjacent and the Christmas Horror collection. And that doesn't bother me at all. And then I just have another TMDB created collection. And here's another one by TMDB. And this one is Christmas TV Classics. It's very similar to the animated one I have. I probably don't need both. But this one is, let's see how it's set up. Oh, the genre has to be animation, not just TV movies. So this captures more of what I wanted this collection to be because of this choice. And then, of course, I have to throw qualifiers in to capture the actual titles. Anything with Christmas or Rudolph or Cricket or Drummer and so on. Well, let's back out of that and we'll roll through this one slowly. So this is all the classics we all watched as kids, and then things my kids watched. And some things my two young grandsons watch. So I don't know what the content of this is. I might want to create a qualifier to remove it. Because it's a PG. So let's do that. That's a good thing to do. Because it's a smart collection. That Christmas. And we can end the video with this edit. So I'll edit filters and I will add a new qualifier. Title is not. All right, let's look at the 67 count. So now the title went down by 1 count because of that qualifier, and now I'll update the collection, and that PG Netflix movie, the animated movie, is now removed from the collection. So this one is G-rated, so that kind of works better. I don't know what Merry Little Batman is. That's PG. I probably should remove that too. But of course, any small kids on my server, they have parents to police what they watch. I'm not going to get too excited about a PG movie being in this collection. So anyway, that's the 3 types of collections. That's how I've used all 3 to create my own Christmas collections. And you can do some neat things with smart collections. And you can really have a ball. And what I like best is pushing the collections to home. And something else, seeing we're on the Christmas theme, an advanced setting is, where is it now? All right, I'm drawing a blank, but extras. If you don't know about pre-rolls, Christmas is a perfect time to throw some pre-rolls into your server. You can get them this way. Let me just search for YouTube, or search on YouTube. So this is one I have on my server. I won't play it. We don't need the sound. But it's not very long. You can rip it from YouTube at 720p or 1080p. Avoid any 480p pre-rolls. And you can rip these things. I haven't seen this one before, even though it's 5 years old. And I have like, I don't know, 25 or 30 pre-rolls. So, what you do is you put a path to all the pre-rolls, and then you separate pre-rolls with a semicolon, if I can find one here. All right, you see it right here? Here's a semicolon, and that will play a random one. And the instructions are right here. If multiple paths separated by commas are entered, videos will be played sequentially. So if you wanted 2 to play together, multiple paths separated by a semicolon, a single pre-roll will be chosen randomly. So let's show you how that works. It won't be too annoying, and then we'll end the video. So let me start the HTPC client app up. And it opened up on my second monitor. Okay, so let's go to one of my collections. We'll make this totally Christmas themed. All right, let's go here and play something old. So when I play it, a random pre-roll will be selected. then the movie plays. So this is probably the all-in-one Christmas video, collections, pre-rolls, cross-reference collections, and Happy Christmas, Drew. Merry Christmas, and I appreciate you and anybody else watching my channel. And if you don't know it, I'm not a professional YouTuber. I'm simply a Plex enthusiast trying to pass on the knowledge that I've gained. And I will never ask you to subscribe, but if you do enjoy my content, please feel free to ask for more. I love doing custom videos.